Okay, okay. Aside from the obvious violation of people's rights to medical privacy that this wouldn't that this would entail, it would it would be a fool's errand as well, since scientific studies have have disproven time and time again, debunked time and time again, the myth, the myth or the theory that there's a link between autism and vaccines, meaning that vaccines cause autism. Still trying to explain that fact to RFK Jr. and to this scientifically illiterate administration is like banging your head against the wall. End of the article, quoting from the article here, also into the article, CNN is reporting that KFF Health News has learned that the Department of Health and Human Services is seeking data from little-known state systems which permit hospitals and which allow hospitals and clinics to exchange detailed, identifiable patient information. RFK Jr. is saying that medical records are important to investigating the cause of autism, vaccine safety, and chronic diseases. And last year, Kennedy received a lot of pushback from health experts and autistic advocates and activists by proposing the compiling of medical records of autistic people to create a federal registry of autistic people. Something that the Department of Health and Human Services later backtracked on, denying that any such registry was being created. Again, what Kennedy's Department of Health and Human Services is attempting to do here would be an unconstitutional violation of people's civil liberties. So let's talk about this obsession between finding the cause of autism and the reason for why certain people are overly focused on this issue, which largely comes from the attitude and belief that autism is a tragedy, which it is, and autistic people, including which I am, have value as human beings created in the image of created in the image of God, as everyone else. And we all have the same rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as everyone else. Some people like RFK Jr. talk about what has been mentioned, what's been labeled as profound or severe autism, and yes, there are those on the spectrum who have much greater support needs than others. It's a spectrum, and everybody on the spectrum is different, with different needs and levels of support needs. And that being that being said, these certain individuals still have no lesser dignity and value than anyone else. And still, even if you could prove that vaccines cause autism, that still doesn't lessen people our in the our right as autistic people and as human beings, our right to exist.